All right, joining us now on Inside TBT from Zip 'em Up, GM Jason Meyer and Coach Rick Carter. They've put together one heck of a team. We're ready to see them play. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate you guys having us.
Good to be here, fellas. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And because of the, I guess, weirdness of doing a 4-person in 4 different locations Zoom interview, we will make sure to address you guys when we're asking these questions. Just so, honestly, me and Andrew aren't talking over each other, and also so you guys know who should be answering when. But my first question is for Jason. Jason, you know a little bit about me and Andrew. You know about our style. Do you have any advice for Coach heading into this interview right now?
Yeah, Coach. They always say 90% wrestling, 10% basketball. I'm not worried about that on your part. I think Coach is going to be ready to bring the fire. I'm going to be ready. I think you guys –
George the Animal Steel.
Yeah, you should be more ready for Coach and Coach be ready for you, in my opinion, honestly.
We're ready. We've seen it all. We've handled it all. Coach, we'll start you off with a softball, though, and then we'll ease into it. How'd you get involved with Zip 'em Up?
Yeah, so obviously, I coach at Xavier as an assistant coach under Chris Mack. Always really kind of loved the university. Knew all the players, so we just kind of came together, talked with D. Davis, and just formulated a team. So Xavier is one of my favorite places I worked. I obviously have a ton of respect for their fan base. They've always shown me love, even after I left. So it's great to be back, obviously, working with those guys and kind of representing the university.
And Jason, I guess we might as well, for the listeners that didn't hear your story, how did you get involved with Zip 'em Up?
Yeah, absolutely. I was in touch with Coach. I actually just got out of the Navy a year ago. And then I'm plugged in heavy on the Twitter stuff, on that Captain X Twitter account. So I was kind of the one to rile up the fan base and get the demand out there and hit up Coach. And I saw the demand for it. And I was like, Coach, we can do this thing. Luckily, Coach is tight with JP, and the rest is history.
Who has been kind of the ringleader when it comes to getting these former Xavier players to get on board? I'm guessing it's more Coach, but then Jason, after we talk to you, I'm going to guess it's you. So I really don't know.
Coach, if you want to take that, I mean, honestly, it's been such a team effort. That's one thing I love about our staff is I don't think there's one person you point to. I think I helped on the fan side and getting that demand and getting the fans riled up. I mean, Coach was the coach we needed, honestly, had the connection with JP. And then D. Davis has been huge with the relationship. So I think we've got a little bit of everything. And then we've got Kevin Coker, who helps us behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff. So we got a great group top to bottom.
I think, honestly, that's why our team's so diverse and era from Xavier, right? Because it's like when I was there, I didn't coach all these guys, but D has relationships with guys that were there before and then even after with JP and stuff like that. So we definitely have a big kind of timeline of Xavier players, and it's really because of all of our relationships for sure.
And Coach, obviously you're super excited, and I can hear that you're very passionate about just Xavier as a whole in the university, which is awesome. Are there any guys that you have a little bit of bias towards that you're more excited to coach than others?
Honestly, probably guys that I've never coached before. Like Mark Lyons, I'm really excited to just be in the gym with him in general because I just know his competitive spirit, things of that nature. Sterling Gibbs was someone that we always competed against, and he'd kick our ass, So having a dude like that now is on your side. KL, same thing. Locke, never coached him, but I've heard great things about him, especially from guys that have played against him overseas. So, honestly, I'm really excited to just coach again, and more importantly, just coach talent. So I'm excited for that.
Jason, I'm sure you saw we dropped our top 15 players in Columbus today. We had Blue at 2. We had JP 15. My guess is that if you were doing the list, it would have been all your guys. But in all honesty, what'd you think of the list?
I'm going to be dead honest. I thought it looked pretty good. I mean, of course, the thing about making those lists, it stinks, right? Everyone's going to be pissed. No matter what you do, you can't please everybody. I thought it looked pretty good. I think I like Trey at that number 1 spot. I mean, but what team doesn't want to say that? You know what I mean? You want every team to say that. But, of course, JP had a couple things to say when we sent it to the group. But I thought it was a pretty good list. I can't lie to you. It looked pretty good.
I will say, Jason, you're the first guy to kind of compliment us on a list. Usually we just get the opposite of, no, you guys are just dead wrong. And listen, we just – the truth of the matter is, we know hoops, but we also want to, stir the pot a little bit. What fun is it if we get it exactly right? Coach, did you get a chance to look at our list?
I did. Obviously, I'm probably a little more biased, and I thought a couple more of our guys should have been on there. Like Samaje Christian's going to be an unbelievable addition to that region and just for our team. And he's a warrior. You know what I mean? Playing in the league, obviously. Kaiser Gates. I mean, Cantor's had an unbelievable season. I mean, you could have literally put all our guys down there, in my opinion. That's just me. That's where I'm biased.
Coach,
I know you mentioned
Actually, my problem is why wasn't I on the list? Like, can I get on the list or what? Like, damn.
we should do our coach power rankings.
Right.
we should do our coach power rankings. I think it's funny, Jason, that you mentioned JP was already talking shit about the list. Mike, I don't know if I told you my JP story from when we played them before, but we had a guy who was on the bench talking to JP for some play that he made during the game, and we were winning, and we ended up winning the game, but it was a close scrimmage, blah blah blah, whatever. But JP looks over at the bench and goes, "Who the F are you?" And it stuck with me my whole entire life, honestly, because like it just shows like, you know, you don't have to trash talk a lot to be the best trash talker, because I remember in that moment, we looked at each other on the bench and we were like, damn, like he got his ass just now. Like that was literally perfect. But I just wanted to throw that in there because I would hope that he would say that about us when we see him in person. I can only hope.
So
Me too.
when we interviewed him last year, he was pretty reserved, you know, not like wasn't saying anything crazy, a little quiet.
He was boring. It was a boring interview.
And we see all these stories, and Joey's got the example right there. Do either of you guys have just a good JP trash talking story that, you know, maybe you're finally far enough removed from the moment where it can be shared?
So obviously, when I was at DePaul, I left Xavier. So I left Xavier to go to DePaul. And going into the game, it was a really hard game for me to coach, obviously, because I knew those guys really well. But in the scouting report, I made it very clear. I'm like, guys, whatever you do not say anything to JP. I don't care what he does. Do not say a word to him. Just because he'll get into his own head. Like, he's an antagonist. Like, he loves it. He relishes in it. Like, when I recruited him and watched him in AAU, like, when he would start mixing it up and, like, an elbow would start flying, like, dude would go for 30, like, right now. But if you didn't do that, he could kind of, like, just kind of be like in your interview. You know, he could just be very stale. He had to get going. And I'll never forget a very similar story. We had our walk-on at the end of the bench. Right before half, JP went up to shoot it, and he said something. And JP turned and looked at him and goes, "Who the fuck are you?" And just went off. And I was like, this fucking idiot. Like, I told you, like, don't say anything to him. And it was over. Like, that was it. And that's JP.
Oh, that's so good.
It's to get as many people to piss off JP McCure as humanly possible. So any bulletin board material that I can possibly find, I'm sending straight to JP.
We're doing you.
Yeah, and the good thing is I can.
Yeah.
I can make it
Great.
match. So it's not. We'll be all right.
Yeah, JP's like, I'm boring. Okay, bet.
I'm starting to think like it's honestly, you guys need to just designate a player on the team, or a coach, to just, you know, if he's started off slow, to just walk up to him and be like, you're playing like dog shit. Pick it up. You know,
Literally said that. Have you ever seen Happy Gilmore? You know, the guy that screams Happy Gilmore. My dad says he's gonna dress up in Red Scare gear and just talk crap to JP McCure.
I think we should re-release the list and say we made a mistake. JP McCura is not even in the top 25 in the region, and that might guarantee you guys a trip to the Final Four right there.
He did say that he shouldn't even be on the list when he saw it. He's like, yeah, 15, I might as well not even be on it. So that was his kind of comment.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Coach, we talked with the Wichita State head coach, Isaac Brown, and we asked him a little bit about recruiting. I'm curious for you, do you think that this Zip 'em Up team could potentially be a big thing to use when recruiting for Xavier?
Well, I'm really just excited to get the former players back, kind of just the alumni around the staff that's currently there right now. And, like, they've been very gracious to kind of open up their home to us, allow us to use their facilities for training camp and stuff like that. But I do think it's going to be a very good opportunity to showcase kind of, one, their facilities, and two, just that kind of camaraderie that they've built at Xavier. Like, the one thing that I can speak for that's been exciting about building this team is all these dudes are really excited to go back and represent Xavier University and just play together and compete. So I think that more than anything, along with our fundraising efforts, how much the fan base is really vested into our mission. And it's really a testament to Mario Mercurio, Chris Mack, Greg Christopher, Travis Steele, on how they do a great job of, when the kids are on campus, connecting them with people that can alter their lives later on.
I think it's a big point for us to probably rank the fan bases at this point because, coming from Columbus, coming from Ohio State, we've got one of the best fan bases around, obviously, enough of a fan base to host a regional for now. I would assume Cincinnati is coming up to want to do it themselves. Is that something that you guys foresee in the future?
Hopefully, yeah. That'd be great.
I mean, we'd love that. We're all for it. I mean, I think I speak for Rick, I think, too. We just want to turn this into a powerhouse. We want to be a TBT powerhouse, 100%.
Let's get to the really important stuff. Jason, why is Zip 'em Up going to win the whole thing?
Why is Zip 'em Up going to win the whole thing? I mean, you just have a group that I think can go on a huge run. I mean, you've seen it before. I mean, that team led by JP and Trey going to the Elite Eight. I think we got a team that's going to be the grittiest team in TBT. I think we have a huge mix of talent. And then when you look at, you combine, even from a basketball perspective, some of our elite get to the rack kind of guards like Samaje Kristen, surround them with all the shooting, like JP McCure, Trayvon Blewett, Kaiser Gates, Karam Cantor. I think we're going to be really, really tough to stop. Honestly, good luck game planning against that offense. Good luck.
Coach, I'll ask you, take it a step further. If there are some TBT fans that are out there that have no allegiance to a team for whatever reason, maybe their alumni team is not in it or their team that they wanted to get in didn't make the cut, why should they root for the Xavier alumni team?
I don't think they're going to have much of a choice, to be honest. Like, the one thing about all these guys, they all have an edge to them. That's just kind of how a Xavier guy has been built. And I just think we're going to be a fun team to watch, whether it's offensively, defensively, and just honestly, just our banter, maybe within our own team, but also against other people. Like, we talk shit, we're going to back it up, and we're going to have a good time doing it.
Coach, are you prepared to coach in the Elam ending?
I am. I'm actually really excited for it. Like, we've kind of put a lot of thought into it. We've looked at kind of past tournaments and how it kind of has worked, along with just talking to some other coaches on, like, the strategy that you have to have. I think it's unbelievable because I think sometimes when you get a lead as a coach, you want to kind of pull the reins off. And with the Elam ending, you can't do that. Like, you have to stay aggressive. Like, it would be dumb for you ever to stop being aggressive in this tournament. And I think that's a fun way to play, like you're always just constantly shooting bullets. And as a coach, you love that.
And Coach, I'll take it a step further. If sitting here right now, who would you draw the last play up to hit the Elam ending winning shot?
It all depends who's hot, man. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm a coach that's going to ride my horse, and I got a lot of horses that I'm riding in on. So whoever kind of has the hot hand is going to be the guy that we're going to go with. And that's really just been the theme of talking to our guys. It's like, we're not going to go in and everyone try to prove like, oh, this person's our best player. Whoever really has the matchup that day, it could end up being, honestly, it could end up being a decoy because we can get a slip for a layup. But like, we're going to put our guys in situations to be successful, especially the guy that's stealing it that day.
Yeah, that's a very coach, spoken like a true coach. That's what
but I'm being honest. I really am. I swear. That's honest.
No, I get it. And it's funny because Andrew can back me up on it. Every time we ask a coach who they're taking the last shot, they go, whoever's hot or, like Team Arkansas has a great point guard. They're like, we're just going to put the ball in his hands and he'll make the right play. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, that's the truth. But from our perspective, like, that doesn't give us a headline, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's hard though. You know what I mean? Like, probably time score situation.
Yeah, I mean, and if I was on the team, it would be an easy answer too. So I get it.
Who would you run it for on my team?
Blewett.
Fair.
I haven't seen him miss ever. Literally, I remember watching college. I would watch games, and I swear to God, he would not miss. And he was one of like four guys that, like I remember watching Trae Young. Like, I swear, I turned the game on, he didn't miss. Like, whether he was scoring 15 or 50. He was they were very efficient players and a great shooter.
And it's unbelievable because you look at Trae and you're like, okay, he's not overly athletic, he's not quick, but he has a clip and he has a way of getting it off that I've never, like, when he was on my team, I loved it. When I played against him, I hated it because like he would get him off.
Exactly, and it's just you look at him and you're like, how is he going to create his own shot? At least in college, I'm sure his body's changed a bit now, but and he just, I don't know. That's who I would run it for. I would also like. It would be crazy to not have the ball in Samaj Christian's hands. I mean, there's just so – I mean, I don't know. It's just you guys have –
UCLA is our problem. That's our problem.
I know. You guys got a ton of riches there. I mean, it's a good problem to have. That's for sure.
Jason, I got one last question for you, and then that's probably going to be followed by a lot more, but this is our last question. Last question. You've been grinding out here, putting the team together, doing a lot of media. What the hell are you going to do once the games start?
That's honestly, I'm taking it a day at a time, man. I think when the games are starting, I'm just going to be loud. I think I'm just going to be assortedly loud, just bringing the noise, bringing the energy, hyping JP McCura up, letting them know what people in the fans and stands are saying, and just hyping up the guys, man. I'm just barking, you name it.
Well, you can hang with us because we're going to be in Columbus, so that's part of what you can do.
I'm here for it. Just say when and where. I'm here for
it. And then, Coach, are you going to be doing anything during the games?
No, not really. I'm just going to be chilling, man. That's it. Maybe barking a little bit here and there. I'm a high-energy guy, so, yeah, I'm sure I'll be sweating a little bit. I'll be moving.
Oh, that's perfect.
Bark yet, Coach.
We'll make sure to give you guys some ammo when we're in the stands with you guys. But as Jason may know, because he's a little more in tune with our show, what we'd like to do to end the interviews is turn the table on you guys and let you guys have the opportunity to ask us any questions, whether it's about TBT, whether it's about life, anything you guys want, we're here for it, and we love to end the show that way.
So I'll go first because I was ready for it. This might be more to Andrew because I'm sure Joey would pick the Fighting Aaron Crafts. Andrew, who do you like in the Columbus region?
Ooh, the Columbus region. I actually was just filling out my bracket, and it's real tough. Every time I lean towards one team, I look at the roster of Zip 'em Up, and I'm like, okay, do I sound a little weird right now?
A little bit. It's the zipper. I think it gets in. It gets in the audio.
So I'm gonna move the computer away. Every time I get excited about a team, I find another one. My bracket right now has the Fighting Aaron Crafts in there, but I filled it out 5 times. I had, you guys win in the region. I had Red Scare. Then I said, oh no, it's got to be Carmen's Crew, and that was oh, maybe it's I don't know. But right now it's Aaron Crafts, the Fighting Aaron Crafts, as you said. But by the time the tournament actually rolls around, and if we keep knocking JP, I might just have to take you guys because no one wants to go.
You don't have to pander. You don't have to pander, Andrew.
No, because we know we're going to switch it a bunch.
Sure. I do have a follow-up. What are those Final Fours looking like right now?
Well, I'll say this. Bayheim's Army adding DJ is crazy. Yeah. That changes everything. And it's right. It's not like a lot of people are going to say that. So that's kind of like a not cliche thing to say, but everyone's going to say that. But yeah, everyone's going to say that. He's the champ. So that's a game changer.
Overseas Army, man, they're a problem. They're a problem. What about you, Joe?
I don't know. I like the usual suspects. Carmen's Crew, obviously, that's where my heart and soul lies. Sorry, guys. I love talking to you guys. I think that you guys have an awesome team, but even if Ohio State had a bunch of me's on there, I'd still think that they'd be winning it all. So, so I got to go with them. But then the other, Andrew already talked about it. We love Team Arkansas also. We think they have a great roster. Sideline Cancer, because every year the team that wins it was really close the year before, and they were the closest to winning. But Everline – what?
Overseas is out. So
that Overseas is out, exactly. And then Everline Drive probably besides Bayheim's Army has the best roster in the whole tournament, just purely based on guys who played in the NBA. So it's going to be really interesting. But as you guys know, just as well as anybody knows, who cares what the rosters are like when the ball is thrown up in the air? It's all about the TBT is won and lost by heart, soul, and guard play. Really, that's what it comes down to. So,
yes, sir.
There's no doubt in my mind that you guys can very easily make a gigantic run. And that's what makes the TBT so awesome is that who cares what me and Andrew say who's going to make the Final Four. It's just like the NCAA tournament. We have no clue. So it's really exciting.
Just to give you guys a little taste of what we deal with and show that we're actually appreciative of you guys liking our list, Brotherly Love just replied to my tweet and said, sitting on pins and needles waiting to get mad at the Illinois list. So we haven't even put out the list yet. And they're all
we have an ongoing beef with Brotherly Love for no reason. They just don't like us, which is hilarious. We love that. We go out of our way to make enemies. We think it's awesome because everyone comes on the show and we end up loving them and rooting for them, and then there's no way to be like unbiased. But it's really fun to be biased in like a negative way too. So like now we like don't like brotherly love, so it's great.
That's us an armored athlete. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, armored athlete. We have no reason to not like them, but we just don't.
Yeah, great. I love it.
So do I get to ask a question now or no?
Absolutely.
Okay, so because taste obviously just came up, in Columbus, what's the best place to eat?
Ooh. I will say, so, I mean, if we're talking dinner, like there's some great steakhouses downtown and stuff, but one place that you guys got to just try because it's, I guess it's probably in Cincinnati also, but a place called Bibi Bop is just all time.
Yeah.
It's like Asian fusion Chipotle where you can make your own bowls and it's just quick. It's pretty darn healthy and it's really tasty.
And man, you can get a sponsor. Andrew, this question's a little bit different for you. What do you think of Shakespeare's Pizza?
Oh, terrible.
Thank you.
Terrible.
Thank you.
I am
Thank you.
Pizza Tree over Shakespeare's. The Flat Branch $5 late night pizza is better than Shakespeare's. I appreciate you asking that. The ambiance is great. Give me the ambiance.
It's cool. It's cool for sure.
But Pizza Tree pizza's better.
Yeah, Truman was my favorite mascot of all the places I worked. That was my guy. I still think he's real.
I think he is real too. We need a real one.
Facts.
Like LSU.
Coach, we're Chicago
they
guy.
should build it. Hold on. I always said they should build it where they have a tiger and he's literally in the arena and you can see him. I think it'd be dope.
Oh, that would be very cool. We need you back.
I'd love to go back. That was a good spot.
So we're doing it for Zip 'em Up, is what you're telling me.
Truman, man, was my guy. I'm not going to lie. Like that mascot came up to me one time. And it was actually the dude that's in the costume. And he was like trying to introduce himself and he kept pointing in the box. Like, I'm like, no, I really think Truman's real. So like, get the costume on if you're going to talk to me. Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. So I still believe he's real.
That's like one.
If there's a Mizzou TBT team and they ask you to coach, what are you going to do?
So I tried to get Phil Pressey and Alex Oriaki to play with us. Phil actually just had a baby, so he couldn't. And Alex doesn't go anywhere without Phil, so we couldn't do that. But I'd love to combine teams, man. That'd be an ex-Tiger team. It'd be great.
Ooh, we'll
Tony
get to
Criswell.
Ex-Tiger is a great name, but we'll get to work on some other names just in case you guys need them because that's Andrew's specialty. He does all the names, so we'll get to work on that because you're talking Zolden's language now. I mean, he's been dying for a Mizzou team since we started doing this. So
we're trying.
All right, you guys got anything else before we let you get out of here?
No, sir.
Think you got it.
I feel like you got one more big time signing left in you. Someone's gonna come out of the woodwork. I know it's coming.
Yeah, I think we got one. It's going to be more for the Xavier fan base, I think. A lights-out shooter. It's going to make a lot of noise in the three-point shootout.
All right, well, there you go.
Win the shootout. Going to win the three-point shootout. Not noise.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
GM, zip them up. Come on, Joey. You haven't done it yet.
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Just got to do it once, man. You got to do it once.
All right.
There you go. Do it for the brand.
I can do it once for you guys. I like you guys. We get along.
That's no good. That's not good. You're not supposed to like us. It's supposed to be a rivalry. Right? That's what
okay. Well, what do you want me to do?
It's like NWO, man. You said it was wrestling. Now, like this is Hollywood Hulk Hogan. This can't happen, man. No.
I need a soundbite for JP right now. That's what I need. We're not supposed to like each
other. Yeah, JP will literally respond to the soundbite and go, "Who is that?" So
love it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
This is a blast, guys. Thank you.
As always, thank you.
Thanks, guys.